Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to the Monday edition of Second Breakfast. Over here, we've got Bear, the Gen X GM, just telling me about a little side project. Maybe we'll go back into it later because it sounded like a lot of fun. Hope everybody had a great weekend. How about you, Bear? Good weekend?
It was all right. I mean, it's a holiday here in Canada right now, so But I don't work Mondays, so it's even less. It's like it's a holiday, but I don't normally work this day anyway. But I think I get paid for not being there today, so that's nice.
Bonus.
Yeah, it's a
Bonus.
stat, right? It's just a statutory holiday, so you get paid for those usually.
So Jackie got his first car this weekend. He can't
Oh
drive it
yeah,
yet. Needs insurance, license, all that stuff. But it's nice. It's probably the nicest car either my wife or I have ever owned. Technically, we own it for the next 6 months until transferred over to him. It's got a big old freaking digital screen, which I'm worried he's going to be, looking at that instead of the road because he's one of those kind of kids. But it's a nice four-seater Taurus. It's really clean, really nice. Good deal from uh, his cousin, I believe, and
what
they
kind of car
drove it.
is it?
It's a Taurus. I don't know what model. I'll get a picture of it later. It's nice. It's definitely it's like candy apple red. It's a really sweet looking car. He should do pretty well with the ladies, for his level and age and things like that. Uh, you know, not quite a luxury car or anything like that, but it looks nice, and hopefully he will be very careful with it and not wreck it. Of course, first car and all that. We'll see. And since he didn't earn it, he probably won't treat it as well as you or I would. But it's it's
Oh,
next milestone in his growing up, and his family was really cool. They always are. The only thing they did that I didn't like was I was in a meeting with Emperor's Choice, and they were barbecuing, and I said, just save me some chorizo, I'll be good, right? They saved me a piece of chorizo. I kid you not, like a freaking Vienna sausage sized piece, and all kinds of carne asada and burnt chicken that I can't eat because I have some teeth issues. So chewing things like that is not easy. And I was just like, "You're kidding me, right?" That's all I asked. Just save me some chorizo. It was really good, but not what I was hoping for when I got out of the meeting because I had skipped breakfast and lunch, and I'm just sitting there in the meeting, just like, oh, freaking starving. But otherwise, they were great. They drove the car all the way out of here. It's about an hour, and then they took the train home. I think more because they just wanted to experience that. They hadn't done it, and I'm like, we could have driven you home and back in less time than the train will take to get you home. You know, but they'd never experienced it, and it's a nice trip. They get to see the L.A. River bed, and it's a freaking oh God, it's so awful. If you've ever seen pictures of it, it's just miles and miles of packages that have been stolen and thrown out the freaking the train. Just crazy amount of freaking crime that goes on there, and homeless camps as far as the eye can see. So fortunately, one of our family, one of the three is damn near blind, so it was completely probably lost on him. But what are you gonna do? They've never done that before. I've taken that train hundreds of times, and every time there's a show, some crazy some bitch on the train doing something stupid, something crazy, something dangerous or illegal. Just
the deuce, you say? California's going to shit. I can't believe it.
yeah, I know, right? Hey, guess who we got here popping in? Bubba, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
Hey,
Just got
Glad to
home.
hear it. How's family?
They're doing fine. Doing fine. I spent the morning disobeying all my doctor's instructions.
Good for you. What were you? Which instructions?
Not lifting over 10 pounds, not overexerting,
Mm-hmm.
don't do this. I'm like, I got to do it, or you don't get any better. You'll get stronger. So,
No, that's
found a
Well-
gilt metal table. I had to go jump on it. It was $20, but it weighed 40 pounds. I didn't take it up the stairs. I told the wife it's leaning on the wall outside. Well, I'll ask for a hand for that, and she doesn't know I'm watching grandkids tomorrow. So.
That sounds like a treat. I probably will never see any from. Oh my God! Here, just look what the cat is dragging in this morning. Oh my God! Fix your hair, James. Fix your shirt. All right, there you go.
Oh my God! It's a holocron.
He's finally got his screen freaking right.
You know, it must.
The minute one of us leaves, it goes back to Piers Morgan style.
I know, right?
Hey,
Hey,
I
it's
don't
like
know. It
old
must be
times,
like
me and Bear
Christmas.
counting on you.
It must be like
Literally.
Christmas because I got three of my favorite people here, man. What a way to start the week. I'm really glad to see all of you guys. I had.
I was
That's
going
a
to stream,
fun
and then I
video.
remembered you were streaming.
Thank you, appreciate that. I'll come and visit you now that you're back home. Maybe we'll even just drag this whole show over there after a couple hours, right? No. I'm trying to keep them down to like 2, but you guys show up, and next thing I know, it's freaking dinner time.
I've not been sleeping. I need to probably start doing 2 a.m. streams. I haven't been sleeping for shit.
Speaking of our good
I
friend
slept the whole
James,
fucking night through. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll make it quick. Our good friend James from Australia, if he shows up, it's 2 a.m. there, so he better not show up because he, like all of us, has health issues and he should be freaking sleeping. If you're watching this, just don't even say hi. Just go right back to fucking bed, dude. I'll call you later. Yeah.
I literally slept through the entire night last night, which is a rarity for me. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't wake up once to go pee. It's awesome. Like I woke up like going, oh, I got to pee. And then my alarm clock went off. I'm like, oh yeah, that's brilliant. And then I sat up and my back went, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you put your back out sleeping? Well, there's a sign you're old.
Or your neck. It's your back or your neck because your pillow isn't just right. What kind of
Pillows.
pussies did we become?
Yeah. I can't sleep on my left side, so I can't really. It's disrupted me. So I've been sleeping in my recliner a lot.
Ooh, that's not good.
I know. I'm aware.
I know you're aware.
Yeah.
So James, how's it going? How's the vacation? How's the family?
Family's great. We played a lot of Escape the Dark Tower, and I went exploring the property like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the way home, we stopped by Juliet, Georgia, which is where I guess they filmed Fried Green Tomatoes.
Okay.
We ate in the diner from the movie, and I had a BLT made with fried green tomatoes, which is good. And then we got home kind of late, and I can tell you my pup's real happy to be home. So, good. It's nice hanging out with the mom and Hungar, And then yesterday I did a stream where I think I told you about, where I was like glazing these little plastic creatures you can get from like Hobby Lobby or wherever.
They're kind of expensive, but yeah.
Well, these were these were like 3 for $12, dude.
Okay, that's not bad.
I mean, when you compare it to like, okay, you got to remember though, my brain's busted because I compare the price of miniatures to $40K. So when you compare the price of a miniature to $40K, then everything's cheap.
Bob was just shaking his head. Don't do that.
It's just like, oh, it's not $60 for one guy. What a bargain. So, but other than that, yeah, I just thought I'd pop on and hang with you guys.
You're always welcome. Paul, you can come in here too, since you're like the only guy watching the show.
Shadow sleeps like a baby on his mic.
Is Paul working? I think Paul might be working.
He might be working.
If he wants the link, I'll just put it here and take my chances, roll my dice, see what else we get.
Time for you to
Oh
see
my
some
God.
penises.
No, just no. Why can't it be the other thing? Why can't it be
Because
some some smoking hottie just wants to be a freak?
they know enough to make you pay them $5.
Ha
I got $5.
ha!
I got $5. Not on
OnlyFans.
me, but I got a
Yeah,
20
you can go to
downstairs.
OnlyFans.
Sure, I want to get kicked off YouTube today.
Like whoever it was said, I give it away for free if you can be paid to do it.
Whores.
I think that might be a quote from like the original Batman movie with Jack Nicholson. But
No, that's the one with Heath Ledger.
okay, well, even better.
Exactly. I like that movie so much better.
Well,
I had
Heath
high
Ledger
hopes for
was
the first
the
Batman
perfect
movie,
Joker.
but
He really was a great Joker. It's
who?
unfortunate he OD'd and died.
Oh, yeah, Heath, yeah. He just made it. He just made like the most mysterious and kind of scary Joker of all time, in my opinion. Everything else was just kind of
Well, he was the Joker that you really didn't know anything about.
right.
He just showed up and he alluded to like a bunch of shit, but no one ever knew anything. And he did crazy shit for reasons that no one even. I mean, why'd he burn the pile of money? Who knows?
Didn't need it. Wasn't about the money.
Yeah, it's like he's just doing whatever he wanted, right?
It's amazing, with as long as the Joker character's been around and as many different stories have been told, I have never seen more like YouTube videos on a character than the Joker in his secret backstory, mysterious past kind of theory, yeah, 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 yeah.
So I did buy
Nobody cared
something,
about it.
Sweato, you might be interested in or not. It should be here tomorrow.
No.
Monolith, the makers of the Conan board game and now role-playing game,
Yeah.
released this giant box that has like 300 miniatures in it.
Uh-oh.
And it's all the miniatures basically they ever made for the board games and the expansions.
Really?
So it comes with Frost Giants, it comes with the Scorpions, it comes with the giant Set Snake, it comes with every version of Conan, every version of Ballet, all the bad
Now I
guys.
gotta write this shit down because
And then it also comes with like 5 or 10. It comes with like 5 carnivorous apes, 10 picks with axes, 5 picks with bows, 10 pirates with swords, and then pirates with axes, pirates with bows. So it's basically pretty much every miniature you would ever need to play a Conan game. It's got like demons. It even come with this guy, which I already got. But I mean, I guess I can always use another one of these. Which I'm not. But this thing
did you hack up a kidney? What the hell is that?
This is the head. There's like 20 tentacles that also.
Oh, okay.
And it has a name. It's kind of like a kraken, but not a kraken because of Lovecraft. Like
I've got something similar, but I could always use another one, right? I have
see,
space.
here's one of the tentacles. It's got like the 3 big claws on it. So if in the game, the actual board game, if you fight this guy, you have to actually fight the tentacles and the body as like individual things. And like I said, there's like
as it should be
10 tentacles in there, Now, one thing I'm very excited about, and I think I showed you this yesterday, Shadow, this guy right here.
No, I did not see that. Is that just like a rubber shark from Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, it cost me $8.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
It's about 8 inches long or so, and I cannot wait until the players are on their boat from the port they're on, and this shows up.
Way back when Jackie and I first started the channel, we did a whole summer of, aquatic things. We took one of those sharks and we hot knifed it at an angle, so it had kind of like, so it was just the greater portion of the head sticking up out of the water, and then made fake waves and put it on a base, and then put the tail on a separate piece so you could like make it look as big or as long as you wanted by how far apart you set the tail up. So, it could be like, a regular shark, it's kind of close together, or you put the tail, like a foot away, and it's this, megalodon looking thing. Good times. Hey, what's up, Jason?
And this came in the same pack. It was $16, and you got the shark in this.
Oh, that is freaking terrifying, even at that scale.
That's a megalodon, or not megalodon. That's a mesosaur. I estimate, based on like the inches of it, that this guy is about 60 feet long.
Fucking
Now, in my
nice.
game, I'll call it a water shark, or a sea shark, or an ocean shark, or something like that.
That's pretty cool, though. And yes, Jason, we do this Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday nights we do a different show at like 6 p.m. avocado time.
So I'm sure a lot of people already knew about this, but I decided, because you know what it was, trying to find crabs. Finding a good RPG miniature for like a giant crab is freaking hard.
Just go to Hobby Lobby.
I went on Hobby Lobby and just looked through all the places that make crabs I could find one about 3 inches across.
Mm-hmm.
And I found them.
Yeah, they'd already done their reset for the paint because they pulled all their Valerian last month.
So,
Who has?
Hobby Lobby.
Oh yeah. I went there Saturday. I was torqued. I went there looking for a couple of bottles of paint that I need. Mind you, I've got like 100 bottles of
they
extra.
got rid of the Vallejo?
They're reset and they don't know if they're getting it back, but they clearanced it all out, man. And I went up there because they were 50 cents each a pot, and they were already gone. Someone beat me.
Oh my god, I would have bought every last one of them myself.
Well, I know who did.
Someone else did.
He nailed it.
Mhm.
He took the whole fucking
Fuck,
shelf.
that sucks. I'm glad I stocked up though. I've got these boxes that hold 33 bottles of paint, and I've got 2 of them over there. And I was looking for this. They've got this really nice silver. It's just called silver, but it's like when you put it on properly, it's not quite mirror, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I ran out of it. Went looking in my box, didn't have it. Went to Hobby Lobby. All their paint was gone, but they had a new line of model kits that I was kind of excited about. I didn't know they were Zoids at first because I just saw these robot tanks and robots and cool looking mech looking shit. And then I noticed the price tag, which was more expensive than the Star Wars or the Gundam by like double the price.
They usually run about 25% more expensive than everyone else, unless it's that day that they're running the sale, and then they're cheaper.
Yeah, it happened to be the 40% off. Every 2 weeks they do the 40% off on model kits, and it was still going to be over $50, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. It's just not. It looked neat, but I would literally need to like see what it looked like built, and there was no good imagery of that. And I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gundams just sitting over here, never been touched. Jackie and I thought we'd build them on the show, and next thing I know, he's got his own car, and he's gonna be out of here.
Man, someone's having a fucking old man crisis today about his son buying a car. Look at you.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, dude, it's a big deal, man. I am so happy for him.
It's a huge deal. It's a massive deal. It's not. It's life.
No,
It's
for
happening.
him, it's awesome. And also, you know how we all, those of us with kids or whatever.
Jackie could have been a grass eater and just locked himself in his room and played freaking video games and never left.
Well, I'm worried that he still might do that. But you know how we all wanted a better life for our kids than we had?
No.
Okay. No. Well, I did. I always, and I've done that. I demonstrably have done that. Even his first car is better than any car I've ever owned. And even though I don't drive, I've owned several for various reasons. And
but you gotta always try to be so mysterious for various reasons.
well, I don't want to admit to things.
Why can't you just say I've owned a couple cars? Drive them around, whatever. You always sound like
I didn't.
You always sound like you're trying to
that's the
hide
funny thing is I didn't drive them because I've only been behind the wheel of a car maybe 4 hours of my life. But I know the first time I go and drive like illegally now as a grown up, and I get popped and I get a ticket or whatever, the judge is going to look at me and go, "You've never had a driver's license, and you getting your first ticket here. I'm going to have to assume you've been driving this whole time, 50 years, without a license, I am throwing the book at your ass. So I kind of avoid that.
You're a
wife
very
doesn't care.
paranoid person.
It's just more of a better safe than sorry. I'll always live by that adage when I can.
Right.
Obviously there's times you can't. But back to what I was saying, he, everything we've done was so that he could have a better life. His car's even nicer than his mom's car, by leaps and bounds. At least 10 years younger and shit like that. And he's trying real hard not to be like, whoa, car. You know what I mean? You can just see it. He's just like shaking, how happy he is. But at the same time, he will not show it. It's just like, you fucker. You won't even give us that, man. I was meaning to mention that is a very cool shirt, Bear.
Thank you.
I want to do the t-shirt thing, for the show, but I'm trying to get Jackie involved because he's got some images that I want his permission to put on shirts, but he's just like, I'm too busy. I know it would take like 20 minutes. It took us 5 minutes to make the logo, the black and white logo together, and he acted like it was pulling teeth, to get him to, do his little magic with.
What? A teenager acting like
No.
it's bullying? No way.
I know, right? He's. I'm so busy, Dad. I'm so busy. Shut the fuck up. I know if I close my eyes and let you, walk off, I can sneak upstairs and you'll be listening to some stupid video about something that don't amount to a hill of beans, sitting there doodling on a notepad or just freaking spacing out, doing damn dick all. How did I get through life without driving? I have always had it's kind of a selfish
Same here.
criteria of making sure whoever I dated was an awesome driver. That was one of my shit tests. It's like, all right, baby, you're driving. And so
This
far,
whole stream is starting to feel like that "Cats in the Cradle" song.
Seriously, it's really starting to feel like Shadows is like, my little boy growing up in my life and falling apart. Oh,
Right.
oh, not even
Get
for
over
all
it, man.
No, I get to do things like this, hang out with you, Reprobates, or other things, painting, working on my writing and things like that. The only problem is Grandma. Every time
And here we are with my classic line at this moment in time, which is, Dad, no one wants to hear your stupid Vietnam stories. Go back to talking about miniatures. At least y'all seemed happy when you were doing that. You seemed like you were distracted.
I'm in a great mood. All this stuff is actually great news. It's not. I really live a charmed life, to be honest.
Denial is not.
Speaking of which, I hear this ought to cheer you up there. Bum 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 bum.
Nice, congratulations. Whoa, what the fuck? Hang on.
Stories.
Hang on. Oh yeah, that's the cover I have on mine. I thought the cover looked different. Nice, congratulations.
It's in amazing shape. There's a little bit of wear on the corners. It came with the GM screen. The counters were punched. That's not a big deal. I'm never going to use them. The Star Team Basic Training Manual, Star Team Wilderness Briefing Manual, Campaign Master's Screen, and the mini module. Goodbye Kenki. First Strike on Paradise, the map, another module, Deuces Wild, a bunch of character sheet folders. So all in all, I think I got like 2 extra modules for it. And the seller has 4 more modules, but I don't know if I'm going to bite on that yet. You saw the price was like $50-$60. But the weird thing everybody else doesn't know is that the seller lives like less than 10 miles away. First time I've ever bought anything on eBay from someone who lived that freaking close. And hopefully, if things go well, I'm going to buy out a bunch of his collection because he's getting ready to take it to Game X Con in Los Angeles. And I'm like, hey, why don't you just, make a list of your stuff. I'll see what you got that I want, make you an offer so you don't have to drag it all up to the convention. And, he can make some money, kind of off eBay, so to speak, without having to pay 30% to eBay. I can get some cool shit in my collection, uh, that sort of thing.
That is really good, and it reminds me. You guys, some of you remember how I was complaining about not being able to find blennies the other day, or blimmies?
Yes, I just don't remember what that is.
Blimmies are humans that don't have a head, and all
Oh,
the
okay,
facial
thank you.
features are on
I
the
remember
chest,
now.
like right here, in the mouth, right? So there's a lady on Etsy, and she has a really good miniature of a blimmy she sells, but it's like $25. And I'm like, why is it so much? Well, because it's like a foot tall. So I sent her a message. I'm like, I'm looking for blimmies, but I want mine to be about inch and a quarter, inch and a half. I mean, so she sent me she had to whatever it in her slicer program. She said it's just under 1.5 inches. And she's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, I don't know how much. So it's $3.50 each, up to 10, $3 each, up to 20.
That's good price. That's good price.
So I might just get 20.
I was looking at this.
Now they don't have weapons in their hands, but that's never a problem for me because I'll snip that hand off and throw whatever I want in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a really nice like headless horseman, pumpkin-headed swordsman miniature I've been eyeballing, and the seller wants like $18 for a 28 millimeter, maybe 32 millimeter scale of this mini. I'm just like, what the hell is your problem?
Games Workshop prices,
right? And I haven't bought it yet. I still have it saved on my Etsy account. But it's just like some sellers have no idea. Others are,
oh shit,
I don't know, assholes. But I got this really cool thing. Check this shit out.
Oh, that's nice.
It's a hologram like table of a, like you're getting ready to invade, so you need a hologrammatic display.
But the cool thing is, now look at this guy and tell me who it is.
I have no fucking clue. I know his name starts with a Z, right?
So you know who he is.
I just can't pronounce his name. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the main bad guy at the bottom of the Lost City. And I got this in 1 week from Greece.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they sent me a bunch of like bonus like miniatures.
That's the least these guys can do.
This guy was only $20. It costs more to ship than it did to buy.
I'd show it to you, but you wouldn't be able to see it right now because the light. This thing actually lights up from underneath.
So it looks like an actual holographic table.
And it came with a smaller one.
So anybody want to guess why I bought that figure?
No, because we all know the answer, and it starts with H.
Know the answer. We don't want.
It starts with H and ends
with.
I
did Hamlet.
How long do you think
night.
this will last?
I think I uploaded it. Hamlet. Will it Hyperborea?
And, I saw that.
And I explained how it's so great because there's so many blank, nameless villages around the map of Hyperborea, right? So if you ever need a town, you can just slap Hamlet down and roll with it, right? So the one town that's going to be the starting location for the Lost Temple of Therisden or whatever, and the Lost Tomb Massage Camp, that town's going to be Hamlet. So that's going to be.
I think I ran Hamlet like one. Right I ran Hamlet one time way back in the day when it first came out, and then Bloodworth ran us through it again. And to be honest, both times I was completely underwhelmed. It's like, why did you go to the trouble to print this of all things you could have printed as a module? It was just like
it was part one of Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yeah, I know. They should have just added it and made it a thicker module. I think the best modules they ever did were the bigger ones, except for B1 and maybe, I don't know if I'd consider X1 a larger module, but X1 was awesome, even though I played it for AD&D. King Kong and Thundercats and just everything you could want, for a mini world setting in like 32 pages. It's just a really good one. Other modules, I just really, again, underwhelmed.
I've placed X1 in the middle of the river Okeanos, which is basically like the Gulf Stream that separates the inner sea from the outer sea, which means it's incredibly hard to get to because that whole river that circles Hyperborea is not only fast moving rough seas, but it's full of storms. So you could land on an island in that river and then try to get back to it and never do it because of just the nature of the rough seas around it. And then, of course, you mentioning, so I got to show him, I got to put him on a base.
That is definitely something I don't have.
Well, I think it was on Amazon and it might have been around $20. And this
Is that the Reaper version, or is that the Reaper version?
No, this came pre-painted and everything.
Oh, okay. We did.
I forget who this is though, because if you go online and you look up toy animals, there's like 20 companies. Like there's like one called Popo and Schlecht, and I mean there's all these companies.
Yeah.
And the prices are different, and the details different from what. And it's so weird because the price has no effect on the detail. Like some of them are really pricey and they look like shit, and then some of them are really good and they're pretty cheap. You know, it's like, but it's made out of the same material as like a Bones miniature, except this thing is solid. It weighs about 2 or 3 pounds, and I cannot wait to drop this on a table.
We made. Hold on a second. It's gotta be.
That's right. All right, bitches. Run or die, probably.
That is so weird. We made a white ape, John Carter white ape out of one of those kind of gorillas, and it turned out fantastic. You know, the 6-armed apes.
I do.
And I don't know where the hell it is. Well, there's no reason why I would pack it away.
In my monster box, I have multiple 4-armed apes.
Yeah. It's just we did such a good job. It was so simple. You know, we just took 2 different ape miniatures, hacked off some arms.
Daryl, how you doing, Daryl? Been a minute.
Pin viced the arms in, did some milliput fur, sprayed it, painted it, blah blah blah. You know, maybe it's up there somewhere.
Bob's your uncle,
right? It was a lot of fun, but really simple craft project back in the day. I've actually got a list of about half a dozen craft projects I'm going to start doing here on the channel with either RPG Grandma or just by myself, because obviously, getting the boy to sit down for 5 minutes is out of the question. But
yeah, you know what I call that?
Every time I look at how the channel is doing using like Grok or ChatGPT, it'll tell us things about the channel, and it always mentions, father and son crafting, stuff, even though we haven't done that in like 4 years. You know what I mean?
Listen, you've got connections. Go adopt another Mexican child and just teach them and make them the new
son of Shadow. There already.
No.
Okay, I was trying to make it sound legit as opposed to going to the big, container on his property and just saying, okay, Juan, today's your lucky day. You get to live in the sun. I was trying to be nice about it.
And I would never presume to tell somebody how to raise their own children, except I'm getting ready to. Tell that little bastard sit down. You're his dad. He's 16. Cool your jets.
He's going to be 18 in 2 months.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When he's 18, he can tell you just go F yourself. So.
Right. Not to mention, nobody wants to watch a kid not happy on camera,
I do.
No, his mom would freaking lose her shit, which is pretty much a regular thing. So not that big a deal, but I'm not. Well, that's not true. I could wake up, with a butcher knife in my chest. So there's that. She is Mexican. So
I know. I married a Latina at 1.2. I know how that shit goes.
Sounds like you might be scared of your wife. I'm just saying.
Oh no. She's a cream puff. She cries at the drop of a hat. But I can see her mother her, waddling up to me while I'm sleeping and just go, because she's insane. Uh, she literally, thinks that the when she's watching like a telenovela, she thinks it's real time, real life, right now. That's really happening.
Well, I won't deny that. There's no way I would really piss my wife off. I'm pretty sure she'd shoot me in my sleep. It'd have to be something horrible, but
Your wife's a Dane, dude. She just give you like the Roman eagle. You know what I mean?
right. You friggin' cut my lungs out.
Yep. And it figured out a way to make it look like a suicide and cash in on 2 life insurance policies on you at the same time because Danes don't fuck around.
That's a fact.
That's
And
good
she
to
did
know.
make me
Wow.
some bagel thins with cream cheese for breakfast. What a nice lady.
She's trying to kill you. You don't get it.
Well, I've already took all my meds, and my A1C is 5.1. So,
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you.
yeah, for me, and I know it doesn't work for a lot of people, but for me, it was just about losing a shit ton of weight.
Yeah.
That works for everybody for the most part, except for like type 1. Type 2, you lose the weight, you exercise, your A1C just drops like a fucking. And watch what you eat, obviously. Don't be shoving
Which
sugar
I
and
do,
carbs
but-
down your throat. Like it's amazing.
These are the bagels I eat now. You see how thin that thing is?
That's not a bagel.
Sad.
Well, it lets me pretend I'm eating a bagel. Shut up.
We were just talking about that the other day, right, Bear? You can't get a good fucking egg bagel anywhere. Save your life.
I literally never had this conversation with you. I don't know.
Okay, I thought it was you.
My dad would disagree. He would swear to God that you can get the best bagels in Queens.
And I would
Okay,
disagree and say you can get the best bagels in Montreal, and even people in New York admit that when they come up here. Like, holy fuck, your bagels are good.
Yeah, all we get are the plain water, whatever bagels. They're just bread in a bagel shape with a vaguely top. You know how it's got that tense crust on the top. They're just shit, absolute shit. And I've been to every grocery store in 20-mile radius of where I live. Nobody makes them anymore. Like packaged, like you used to. I forget the company.
It does. And I get it from my daughter sometimes because she loves bagels. And I just think they're sad versions of a donut. So
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, once
it's-
you've had a really good. I used to be the exact same way as you, and then I moved to Montreal, and my buddy took me out for fresh bagels right out of the oven, and it was like, holy fuck, this is not a sad donut at all. This makes a donut look like a bitch. Like it's a different experience. Donuts are sweet and they're meant to be soft and blah 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 blah. Bagels, man, you're supposed to put shit on them. You can just eat the bagel.
yeah, I'm near a lot of Amish, so I go with the Amish baked goods as much as I can.
No, that's fair. I don't know how the Amish are for bagels, though, to be honest.
I've never seen bagel inside Amish.
But we can all agree on one thing. People from the Midwest, the northern Midwest, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Upper Peninsula, are all insane because they call them bagels, and they need to be kicked in the head. I don't know where they get bagel from. Bagel blows my mind when I hear it. It's a bagel. No, it's a bagel. What's
I
wrong
do
with you?
deep dives on dialect sometimes, so
Yeah, well, that one I will never
I'll
understand.
probably find out why.
Yeah, well, you do what you got to do, right?
Right. I just love the love obsession with cheese.
Oh, we lost James. I was just going to ask him a question about dialect. I've been watching because of him, I guess. I can't imagine where else it came from. There's this YouTuber named Miss Thursday Adams. She's just from somewhere Appalachia, whatever. And she does hick talk. Tells you different ways they pronounce things in her area. Cute as a freaking button. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous woman. And the other day she said she's Gen X, and I'm like, shut your fucking. There ain't no way you are 50. There's no fucking way.
What's her name?
Miss Thursday Adams.
Miss Thursday.
We grow nice fillies down here. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Her accent is cute as hell. If I was
She's
in the
using
market,
a lot of filters, brother.
Yeah. You can
probably,
She's using a lot of filters.
maybe.
Like,
I
But you can
I
hear
know
her
nothing in
voice.
filters.
You can
Yeah,
hear her voice. And
I think we
she's
should do makeup myself, but I'm old fashioned.
Yeah,
Like if we went out for coffee and she
it's
looked at
makeup
Scotty
and
like
filters, brother. No, because the filters will be off in real life. You just have the makeup, and then she's just going to start looking like an old stripper.
that.
You
Okay,
act like
well-
she doesn't like that. I think Shadow likes the old stripper look.
No. Normally my type isn't white. Let's just go with that.
Dude, there's this chick at this local waffle iron I go to, and she's like 65, and she still thinks she's hot, and she used to be a stripper, and it is special. Like,
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
alone, Tina, leave me alone.
I heard on a video this morning that, and I don't mean to be mean or anything, because I don't think the numbers are accurate, but I think they might be close. That like 69% of American women are not just overweight but obese, and over 40% are on head meds.
Yes, I think that 40% is low. I do. I don't think SSRIs are good for women, but there's too many on them. It doesn't help.
Yeah. Back in the day, it was like, barely a double-digit percentages on both of those things. When we're growing up, it wasn't until a woman hit like 50, 60, that she'd really let herself go in those kind of ways. Not necessarily the SSRIs, but what the shit happened in just our lifetime. You look at videos from the 60s and 70s, and everybody is, lean and trim. And
Do you want me to tell you? Well, I can tell you what happened.
Your
Food
food
pyramid.
Mhm.
The food pyramid was the greatest. 8 servings of grains a day? That's a lot of carbs. You know what I mean? Taking fat out of our food, and the sugar industry convincing the government that fat was bad for you. It's not. It helps you poop. And then because there's no flavor left when you take the fat out, what do they got to put in to make it have flavor? Sugar.
Or salt.
And then, you know what? Granulated sugar wasn't enough. Let's do this high fructose corn syrup. That's way better.
That's
Dude,
what
in McDonald's, okay? In McDonald's in Europe, there are like 4 ingredients for their French fries: potato, salt, pepper, sugar. Go look up the American McDonald's ingredients list for their fries.
32 ingredients.
It's just a fucking paragraph of chemicals.
Yeah.
That's
I haven't eaten at McDonald's in about a decade. Won't do it.
Say food product because they can't call it food. That's it, man. The food chain.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying.
That's why, like, if I ever go out for a burger anymore, I will only go to Five Guys. Even though I don't like them as much as some of the others, they use all natural ingredients. Like, everything is natural.
And going back to the basics too.
Hopefully they do, because Steak Shake went really far away from it, from what I heard. But you go into a Five Guys, look around. You know what you won't see in a Five Guys? A freezer.
Yeah.
The potatoes don't come in bags. The fries don't come in bags, frozen plastic bags. They're like literally just sacks of potatoes in the room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The burgers are frozen by hand every morning from real beef. Like, what a crazy idea.
All our local food trucks are buying all their beef from our local butchers. So it's all.
Yeah.
The
Good.
best in the tri-state where I live right now is some fucking food trucks. They're amazing. And some of the restaurants, we had there was a big fight with the place I go to, the butcher. They were supplying everything to the casino, and the casino advertised that it was all local beef, and then they flipped and didn't tell anybody. But
Tim's is okay.
months they were all local, and then they canceled contract and flipped and didn't tell anybody. So they've been getting shit for it. But they were having these prime rib days out there that were pretty amazing.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I have not had a good prime rib at all, honestly, in about 20 years.
I make it twice a year. I make it for Christmas, and I make it for usually my birthday or another.
Right, Mark. Yeah, they're mostly corn.
Yeah.
And we gave those up. I want to say we gave those up about 3 or so years ago. We stopped getting those.
Flakes.
We loved them, but looking at the ingredient list and whatnot, and noticing they
Yeah, I only get hers and Lay's for chips when I do get it. I pick up chips and take to our D&D group, so I pick up hers and Lay's. Hers is fairly local. I think they're in Pennsylvania, but they make them Mothman chips, man. They're
What's up,
so
Cold Iron? I'm gonna be brave here. I'm gonna throw the link out there in the chat. You can't come in unless I see your face.
Here comes the peanut.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was an instruction. I apologize.
No. But yeah, I've been pretty good. I haven't had a potato chip in about a year and a half. I'm trying to cut down on the corn chips and all those things. I had 3 breakfast sausage for breakfast. I do really well Monday through Friday, but then the weekend rolls around, and of course Friday's burger night. And I ordered the same burger Jackie gets, which is like a double cheeseburger, bacon, no veggies, and I couldn't even finish the fucker.
I need to get my burger blend. I hadn't ordered my burger blend, but they require
Cold Iron, I can't see your face. What the fuck?
They require a 25-pound order for the burgers. I haven't bought.
You don't have to turn it on for the show, but I got to see you in the green
Cold
room.
Iron, dude. Come on.
All right, but if it's a penis, I swear to God, I'm blaming you.
Quick, Cold Iron. Bring out a penis.
Hang on, I gotta switch jewelry. I don't like this one.
Are you digging around for it? What the hell?
No, Prince Alberts. Come on, dude.
I've got my acrylic jewelry in right now because I just got off work, but I'm gonna put the titanium in a minute. Hang on.
You know you're not. And if you are, you're not coming on camera.
Why you gotta be such a fascist about everything? Every single thing. Can't touch my penis. Can't show my penis. Can't have a penis.
You can do all those things with the camera off. Enjoy yourself. You can leave the audio on. How about that?
Lady penis. What? Why do I have to
What?
have a lady penis to be on your show?
What?
Going on?
You do not have to have a penis to be on my show. You can be a female and come on the show anytime. RPG Grandma and Janet, I think, are the only females in our circle, but they're more than welcome to show up.
I'm thinking about getting a heritage blend for some burgers. You ever had heritage blend with the 10% heart, 90% beef?
No,
Never mind.
never heard of it.
Totally thought you were talking about pipe tobacco just then. I was about to be like, dude, that stuff's delicious. But never mind.
I can get any kind of
tobacco. I smoked pipe tobacco when I rolled cigarettes. That's what it was. But if I put pipe tobacco in a pipe and smoked a pipe, or even a cigar, I just want a cigarette even more.
Yeah, if you've ever been a cigarette smoker, it just makes you want one.
Did I ever tell you how I developed an aversion to any form of tobacco?
No.
My grandfather made me clean out the spittoons. That was my job at 7. I hate tobacco. I love the smell of a tobacco barn, and when the season's in and people work in the fields, I don't mind it. But actually chewing, smoking, no. I think
really.
That was the
7.
beginning of the legendary beef between RPG Pundit and myself. Was he talked shit about Savinelli pipes one time, and that asshole.
I don't get it, man.
I've only.
They're a very tried and true good Italian pipe maker, and he decided to be Mr. Hoity-toity and be like, it's a blue collar pipe. And I was like, whoa, dude, hang on. Snob.
Back in the pizza oven, you fucking wizard.
What? I'd be laughing, dude. All the pipes around here are hand carved or made from fucking corn.
I still have mine. I'll never use it again. But just the fact that calling a tobacco pipe a blue collar when like only the snootiest of snoots freaking even own or use one. You know what I mean? At least.
It used to be pipes for the poor, cigars for the civilized is how it was for the longest time. Yep. Yeah. Pipes for the poor.
Engineers smoke pipes. Around here, every old-ass engineer was a pipe smoker. Every one of them.
Yep.
The only thing else they showed off more than their pipes were their watches and pocket knives.
It was one of the main exports to San Francisco, was getting those cigars there in time.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did I know that?
Yeah.
Because around here, or at least my experience in, seeing them, which has always been a rare thing. It was always, some, older gent, well kept, looked like
Andy,
they had their
I mean, most definitely, it's like
together.
lobster. Lobster used to be, for poor people, and now
Absolutely, it still
now
should be.
cigars are more readily available. Pipes are kind of a luxury now, but
Hmm.
so.
Well, unless it's a crack pipe and then they're free.
crack
Oh
pipe,
yeah,
taxpayer subsidized.
over here in Georgia, it's a glass rose. It comes with a little paper rose inside, and it's a
Yes, I
gift.
know. Oh my god,
It's
we used to
totally
find
not
those
a
all the damn time.
totally not a fucking Tina pipe or whatever it is.
Crack pipe, not crack meth. I had a friend. He passed away a couple years ago now, and that was his thing, and it ruined his life from the time I knew him in his 20s all the way up to his 50s.
Oh,
Just
God.
just I don't know how he lived that long, but I would find them wherever he was. It's like, what the hell is this? Why is it in my bathroom? Shit like,
Oh,
I don't remember buying this. Why is it in the trash can?
Skirt.
Um,
the
yeah.
light bulbs. All the light bulbs are missing, and
I will
No,
give.
nothing that bad. That's crazy. But out here in California, from like mid '80s to now, meth just hit California like really, really. It was so weird because growing up, I'd seen weed and even people smoking cocaine and different things like that. But when meth hit, it was like the whole freaking neighborhood, the whole city, town, everywhere I lived, just suddenly got grayer and dingier and more graffiti and more just
oh
awfulness.
yeah, it's like here. This will help get you off of opiates. Yeah, it's totally cool.
Yeah.
Hmm. Back when you couldn't own a car stereo for a while because it was just going to get stolen, and then they invented the removable faces
Oh God, I
because of
remember
that.
those. Everybody had their blinged out face case.
Because they literally had to invent those because meth was so bad that people were stealing so many car radios. I don't know where they were selling them, but that was the thing: is if you had a car
One
stereo
shots.
Yeah. Pawn for nothing.
and just every car was going to
$20 you
get.
can buy a couple of rocks. You know what I mean? That's how it worked with crack. For
Dirty meth is easy to make. I mean,
Yeah, apparently that's why my brother's in jail.
it'll grab you.
Grandma, we were just talking about you. All good things, of course. They're cooking meth on the homeless camps now. I would not be surprised. My brother, he was a dealer of that shit, and I haven't seen him in 30 plus years, and probably never will. He's probably actually dead. Last time my lawyers talked to me about it, he had hepatitis, whatever the
Oh,
grander version is, and he had it uh, 7 years ago. So he's probably dead, but that it just completely ruined his life. Mind you, he was already on that path anyways, but uh, it was so weird because before that, not saying the drug culture was anything positive, but it wasn't just as dismal and negative. Just completely, just scarred, pockmarked, freaking
It was.
Walking Dead everywhere.
It always was. It just wasn't so widespread. Now it's so normalized.
yeah. See, that's the thing. I think back when it was a vice that you had to hide, it
And it's
was not as bad. As soon as the government got involved with, oh, you have a disease here, let's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no offense to any struggling addicts, of course. Like people who are actually making the effort.
yeah, me and my wife
Right.
argue about it. She's a therapist, and I'm very hard ass about it. But we've lost a lot of friends. So
Okay, as if we couldn't get darker, Grandma. Thank you for that. Wow. which is weird because I know a meth addict, or I knew a meth addict who had 7 fucking kids, with the same guy refused to marry him, and he's still with her. I don't get it. I don't
That's
get it at all.
tendency, bro. Once you
Yeah.
understand the psychology of it, you get more sickened by it. It's just a level of codependency with addicts. It's destructive, and it creates a trigger cycle they never get out of it.
Well, and the problem is we have a big issue with the homelessness situation and drug addicts. And America, I know, like in a couple of states, California being one of them, and we talked about this the other day, Shadow. They'll be like, "Yeah, we got homes for you, but you have to be clean first." And I think it's Norway and Sweden were like, "No, how about we give them a home first and then help them get clean, as opposed to creating a situation where they're never going to succeed because they're going to be still stuck living in shit." And as they're trying to get straight, they're going to have all this constant influence and pressure on them to just do drugs. Where if we can get them out of that environment, get them into counseling and doing all these other things, we may actually be able to turn them into productive members of society. And they're having tremendous success with it. I'm like, this is one of the things in the North American attitude. Like, I think it's a leftover from the old West mentality of, you build it with your own hands, pull up your own socks. It's like, great. It's not working. We've been trying that for a couple of 100 years.
Yeah. The
Not working.
49ers didn't have cocaine to deal with.
Well,
Just
they probably
bobcats
did, but
and claim
but
jumpers.
the point is that we need to re-examine how we look at helping people who need help now, because the fix yourself mentality is not working. Clearly.
Have they thought
I'm saying
about
that having-
dying?
Well, that's the Canadian solution.
Exactly.
In case
You
you're
know,
wondering.
it's
That's what my government solution is. Is what, you can't afford rent? Well, have you thought about?
Happy Monday, everybody.
Well, you guys went there. I've been sitting here working on my e-wrestling fed. Y'all are talking about crazy shit.
I think work
Yeah,
camp.
I saw this. I saw this.
Take them out, put them in a work camp, and if you fail the work camp, you get liquidated.
Yeah. Okay. No. Just no. Thank you, Judge Dredd. No.
I saw figures on how much they're spending on the homeless and the shelters, etc. It's like I don't know what a racket. What was it like?
Yeah. It's all
just-
people make money off of it and never gets to where it needs to go. It's a rotten system.
So when I used to work in protection services in the downtown east side of Vancouver, which is the poorest postal code in Canada, absolute nightmare of drug addicts, prostitution, violence, you name it. It's insane. Like, no one understands how bad it is until they go see it, and then they're like, "Holy shit, this is insane." And there's a thing called the DARA, the Downtown East Side Residents Association, and they provide legal counsel to homeless people and the people living on the street. And the day I found out that the head of DARA was making about, and this is in the 90s, about $45,000 a year, and most of the DARA people that were volunteering there were getting a stipend of about $25,000 to $30,000 in the 90s, I realized, yeah, they don't want this problem to go away. Because if this problem goes away, they're out of a job, So they just want to keep it going as long as they fucking can. And that's why it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
You're welcome, Grandma. My pleasure. I hope you get to use it in good health for many, many decades to come. Everybody, I think, got all their stuff except for Hungar and one or two other people who have to wait for Emperor's Choice to actually print the product before they'll get it. But it's all good. That was a lot of fun giving all that stuff away. It was quite.
I forgot to get oven cleaner to work on my smoker.
I got some oven cleaner this weekend for the grill and the grilling season that is now upon us. I can't wait.
You know what I'm doing this year? I'm downsizing my grill. I have a big ass grill, and I'm going to a sportsman grill, because usually it's just me and the wife.
Mm-hmm.
I can get 2 big steaks and a side on that, and I can take it camping. I'm gonna put it on my back deck. I mean, I'm downsizing from a full size grill to a sportsman grill about 2 foot long.
That's awesome. Awesome. It wasn't, everything that they did, but a lot of good stuff. Now you just got to go out and get Imaginos, and your life will be complete. Such a great album. I was looking, and we just got an Ace Hardware store opened up, right?
Mhm.
And they had a grand opening. We went in there, and I swear to God, it's pretty much just a barbecue store.
2 hours.
It's a small, it took the place of a Rite Aid, so it's not huge compared to. We've got a Home Depot and a Lowe's within a block of each other, south of where I live, about 6 blocks, right? And the wife's going, this new hardware store is not going to last. And I'm like, are you kidding? It's in the nicer part of town, 6 blocks away from the big giant hardware stores. So all the people that live in this particular area are now, instead of having to go all the way down there, they can just go right there, and there they are. And it's right next to a grocery store, which is a Vons, which is also another high end, establishment. It's very expensive.
And Lowe's are outrageous. Ace is usually cheaper than both of them.
It's actually kind of the opposite here.
Really?
Yeah, Lowe's is the high end. Home Depot is right there in the middle, and Ace is like become the convenience store of hardware stores. Everything's like a buck more. Maybe that's just because they just opened and they're testing the waters. But I'm like, this is great. We don't have to go that way. We can go this way, which is actually closer to things we go to.
Usually.
And I walk in there, and it's like everywhere I look, it's different. Okay, here's the barbecue grill section. Here's the accessory section. Here's the spice section. Oh, and over here we have some tools. It's like, oh my God. I was so eyeballing a couple of different grills to replace what we have, and I'm like, yeah, this could be a lot of fun, but at the same time, I'm trying to lose weight.
You can do everything everybody goes on about grills with a round Weber. They're like
That's what I've got. I've got 3 of those. Um,
Yeah.
2 large ones, 1 small one. I don't even know where they came from. Oh yeah, a buddy of mine was in the middle of a divorce. I had an empty garage. I said, dude, you can store all your shit here. Don't get a storage unit. You can store your shit here. He left it there, stuff for like 4 years. It's like no problem. Before the channel. Like no problem. Store it here. I don't want you paying for a storage unit. And he was saving some money because going through a divorce is awful. And eventually everything left. He picked up everything, but he left a couple of things. You can keep the grill. You can keep. He left me a really cool like 20-pound vise. Some other little odds and ends that I got to keep. Plus he paid me a big chunk of cash when he finally moved out. So I'm like, dude, you saved me a fortune. I was like, dude, no problem. What are friends for? And so now I've got 3 different barbecue grills. We only use one, but when family comes over, we that's the next thing. I want to build a fire pit, but I want to build it in the front yard because we never use our front yard. It's just a waste of space. It's got a big cherry tree and some other trees and a big open area that would be great to like throw down a concrete patio, a fire pit, some benches, so that we could just we've got a nice view from the front yard. Otherwise, it's just the only people who ever use our front yard.
Front yard. My wife doesn't do anything in our front yard because we can be viewed from the front yard. She likes the privacy of the backyard. So
The only time the front yard ever gets used is when family, on my wife's side, they'll come to visit, and the first thing they do is get out of the car. They'll put down a blanket in the front yard and have a little freaking picnic in our front yard under the trees. It's nice. We never do that. It's like the only time I even notice front yard is like right before I mow it, because it's like, oh, it's getting a little shaggy, time to mow the yard. Otherwise, it's like, why is it even here? I would rather have 2 more rooms.
you can make that happen.
One of our neighbors turned their garage into 2 bedrooms because nobody in our neighborhood for miles uses their garage for cars. Nobody. I swear to God, there are
Deck out
50
front.
cars.
I'll be the only one that's set out front because I'm the one that'll talk to neighbors. But
There's like 50 cars parked on our street and in the driveways of every house around us. Nobody uses it. The wife is bitching about trying to fit our 2 cars in a 2-car garage, knowing that she and a teenager are both going to be trying to squeeze cars into this opening that's barely big enough for 1 car, and she thinks it's going to be fine.
yeah.
It's like, No.
Suburban Life, the TTRPG.
Right. Papers and paychecks, man. Break out your character sheets. I got a
Oh,
third level accountant. How about you?
Everybody's up.
uh,
Everybody's upgrading their grills. I'm seeing great deals on Blackstones on Marketplace. I might go grab me a Blackstone today for $50. Just got to reseason it.
You know, uh, every 4th of July I do that. I set up a table out in the front yard. I drag the Weber out there, a table, a couple of lawn chairs. I make hot dogs and s'mores. Invite anybody who walks by. Hey, you want a hot dog? You want a s'more? Come on over. We're gonna do fireworks, and uh, like everybody's just minding their own damn business. They're just like nobody comes out to light fireworks except one house down the street. Um, and they started using my ladder trick because California fireworks are freaking retarded. They're just so pitiful in the output of sparks and whatever they do. The only way to get a good use out of them is you put them up on a step ladder so that they shoot up in the air a little higher, and thus the sparks when they fall down have a greater distance. Because if you just put them on the blacktop, they're going to go up like 3 feet. Woo, big deal.
oh
Even
my
the
They
God,
big,
that's so sad. I'm
they
sorry to hear that, man.
a
dude,
couple
they
of
are like
they banned fireworks down, and it was the most fireworks ever let off ever. Everybody ignored it and just doubled down. They repealed it.
Yeah, mind you, we get a hell of a fireworks show from all the people importing fireworks. I don't have a connection anymore, otherwise I would. And there's signs up all weeks before 4th of July. No illegal fireworks. Blah blah blah. A cop car will pull in, see people lighting illegal fireworks, and then just slowly back up and get the fuck out because they're not dealing with it. Because there's like a group of people watching some dude launch all kinds of shit in the air, and they're just like, yeah, didn't see anything.
What does this have to do with Basque separatists? I don't understand.
You enter the village and realize every market stall is selling portable stoves and outside cooking supplies. Yeah, you're right. You know, if it was a different situation, I wouldn't even be here anymore. Uh, Jackie's like, no, we got to save the state, man. We got to save the state. I'm like,
Your state needs to stop the fuck up.
I mean, you got to admire the courage.
yes. Well, I mean, we were all like that. When we were young, idealistic and no clue as to how numbers work and corruption, etc. You're not wrong, Grandma. You're not wrong. But he's going to do his 2 years community college or something, and then that's it. After that, it's like, dude, I'm out. Uh,
You still going to Texas?
that's the plan. Maybe not though. The way I keep seeing some of the
Tennessee?
the things happening there, I'm just like,
Ohio might make a serious move to eliminate property tax. It's going to be on the ballot.
I'm sorry, what?
Ohio might actually eliminate their property tax. It's going to be on the ballot.
Shadow couldn't handle the weather in Ohio. Please, winter would kill him.
It's got to be. It's got to be. Pretty warm wherever it is. I go.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't-
the
I don't-
same way. I couldn't take it.
Well,
We got
I-
5 inches of snow, and that's the most I've ever seen in my life.
Where are you? What state?
Georgia.
the most I've ever seen in one dump was like 3.5 feet in Kentucky.
Agreed, Grandma.
I couldn't imagine that.
Easily.
Blizzard, so.
5 inches shut down the whole town, and it's a military town too.
Really?
Yep.
Georgia might be warm enough for you, Shadow, but it's going to be a little bit more humid than we're used to.
Where?
Georgia or Louisiana. Property in Louisiana is cheap as dirt.
I mean, it's humid and it has its charm.
You know what else is rare in Louisiana? Actual dirt. It's a swamp.
Yeah.
It's a whole fucking swamp.
Yeah.
I think my wife can't handle any kind of humidity. So when the summer rolls in, we don't travel far from home. She just shuts the fuck down. It's sad.
Yeah, I can't do humidity with COPD, and not to mention my library. books and moisture.
It's not going to affect your bucks, man.
Looking for
It's
another
dying.
desert. You're just looking for another desert with better tax structure.
So
Not-
Nevada.
I thought about Nevada, but I'd get into too much trouble there. Just
Really? Why
saying.
would you get into too much trouble in Nevada?
What's in Nevada?
It's the prostitutes.
It's the whores. Just admit it.
Yeah,
You're a whore.
I would get into trouble one way or the other.
Man, they not top shelf.
Hey, you get that drunk, it don't matter.
The problem. There's other things. I like the desert, but I also miss the beach. I used to live in Huntington most of my life, and I haven't seen the ocean in a good 20 years, and that's
Maybe you're like a Tolkien elf that if you go to the shore, you're cold home. You're done. You hear the gulls, that's it for you.
Could be. It could be.
And stay in a cold desert. How about that? They got a cold desert up there for you.
Yeah, it's been the first time I went through Texas many years ago. It was on 4th of July, and we were in the middle of nowhere, this tiny little town, and just traveling through, and we got stopped because of this impromptu, not really impromptu, but this parade just sprung up out of nowhere. All kinds of American flags and everybody in red, white, and blue. It was like amazing. This little small town spirit just freaking got to me, and I'm like, yeah, I could absolutely retire here, and I've been thinking about it ever since. And if it,
Get 100 miles from Corpus Christi, you'll be fine. If you want to see the
right,
ocean,
that's what I'm thinking.
with your damn desert, you have to get about 100 miles from Corpus Christi.
Mhm.
It's a day drive.
And a lot of my friends are there. Bruce is out there, Omen's out there, Brian's out there, Nerdy Ogre's out there. I would even not hate having an in person conversation with, or maybe I would, and I would beat the shit out of him and hide him in the dumpster behind my shop. Total Party Skills, Joshua. There's something about him makes me want to have a conversation with him and see if he's all bluster or not.
Most people are. It's the internet. People do it.
Yeah, I know. But that's the goal. That's the dream. I'll probably have a heart attack long before that happens. They're going to start the cattle drive in CA again.
Yeah.
Really? And what, drive them all out of state and never come back? Wouldn't
Dude,
surprise me the way
people pay
California.
ridiculous amounts to hire on to that kind of stuff and work. I mean, I kind of dig it. I mean, I think it'd be cool, but
And not to mention, being
himself,
in
I'll see a kitty cat.
he's got to get a lion haircut this summer because last year he almost died with all that fur and the humidity here we get in Montreal. So I got to take him into a place. Got to find a place where they'll go give him the lion cut so he can look silly but survive the summer.
I see a kitty.
I'm sorry. What?
he wants to see your kitty.
I said I saw a kitty.
Hang on.
I
Wait.
like cats.
That
Good
one's
God.
living in fucking condo.
Kitty in a box, as usual.
He absolutely. As soon as I got that box from Free,
I don't think that's how you
Free
say that.
I'm like,
but
this
okay.
guy's gonna love this box. Yep, that's his personal place.
You see, Shadow, you get the hell on to me about stuff. Look,
Keep going.
I was just trying to look at kitties, man. I was just trying to look at cats. I like cats.
Seriously.
I was being wholesome.
Laser, welcome to the Discord. I live in Texas. Hey, cool. And
Yeah.
Hurricane Harvey washed my grill into the Gulf. I replaced it, and another hurricane knocked my chimney over, and it landed on my new grill. Fuck up.
You have to watch
That's so
out
funny.
once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to just move out there willy nilly. I'm going to do some research. It's funny, when I first started, I called up this real estate agent after scouring the internet for someone who had some of the credentials I was looking for, and I told her I lean this direction hard, and I don't want to be in certain areas
Lakes in Texas.
Oh, wink, wink.
Get you a lake.
and
Oh,
And I kid you not, she starts sending me emails of houses, and every last one of them was in Austin.
Who's this? Who's sending you this?
My real estate agent, and I called her up, and I'm like,
What
clearly
makes you
this is
think I'm gay? That's what you said. Why do you think I'm gay? Why are you sending me stuff for Austin? What about? Is it the hair? Does the
My
hair make me
bad.
look gay?
no,
Maybe it was the memes.
we never talked face to face. She didn't know me other than by my account and the et cetera, the fees that I paid. And I'm like, clearly you did not take any notes or listen to a word I said. But I am discontinuing this relationship because you clearly have your head up your ass and trying to sell me property in Austin. Just
To which she
fuck.
responded, "Why are you gays so sensitive about things?"
Just go down to Zillow. Zillow's a rabbit hole you'll enjoy getting lost in. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm real sorry to hear that too, Dino. Austin is definitely not what I want. I'm looking at something within at best an hour of the Reaper Factory and a couple other places where I know people that live there. Um, although although I'm hoping to God that being within an hour of Omen isn't gonna bite me in the ass. Uh,
No, he'll just stand outside your window and talk.
he is such a nice guy, but man, him
Oh, he
and
can
Cal,
talk.
man, they're both
He's a
in my
very nice guy, but he can talk.
Cal too. They're both in my Sunday game, and it's like everybody else is like just watching, watching these two just like they keep butting heads, because they want completely different things and talk a completely different way, but yet they want to talk and enjoy the time together and stuff. And we can do it for days. Uh, it's fun and funny. I'm not exactly sure. Uh, I want to say it's near Temple, or he and Brian were near Temple, but I think Brian moved recently. Um, but I think what I'm looking to open a place like near Denton, but I could be
Yeah, I
wrong.
can't do Texas. It's way too humid.
Yeah, we shall see. I mean, if things get really crazy, or things change, or the property tax goes up anymore, or things like that. Um, to be honest, I'm not even planning on buying. I'm just planning on renting because I'm almost 60, and saddling Jack up with a bunch of property and things like that versus just a big fat bank account. Let him do what he wants and not have to like come home and do all the management. Interrupt whatever he's doing. Because old man passed away and mom doesn't know what to do and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, that sounds familiar, but I haven't been to Texas in years. I don't plan to go back. I'm not living that.
I'll
Half
take
back
that
the day I die.
information to heart. That sucks, but I do want to be able to visit the Reaper factory without it being like a whole day trip.
Yep.
Just go down there every so often, take the tour, do the conventions, and uh, you know stuff like that.
Flash, savior of the universe.
I had that song in my head for a while as well.
Your dog, man, your dog's tail's keeping time. So look at
really?
this. What do you think of this? Does this work? Does this look good?
Hold on. I will. Hold on. Trying to bring it up. Fight night. That works. Why would you think it doesn't work? What about it?
I'm asking. I'm just getting an opinion. I'm not saying anything about it doesn't work. I'm just asking for other eyes than my own on it.
I will say, it's a good thing Shauner's no longer with us because he would make note of the bisexual lighting. But he's the thing with pink and blue.
not pink, it's
Oh,
magenta, but that's okay.
It's also
I, yeah, do you have like a symbol, like an eagle or whatever that you could put maybe in the upper middle part? You know, some
No,
sort of.
because I'm not a fascist Nazi who has to put eagle symbols at the top of all of my stuff. What are you
No,
talking
not
about? Why would
necessarily.
I
I
put
feel
an eagle
attacked.
there?
I feel attacked.
You should.
I didn't mean specifically an eagle. I meant just some sort of like
Have you thought
hood
about
ornament, like symbol.
those eagles that have like two heads facing away from each other? Have you thought about using that as the symbol for your wrestling?
What the hell's wrong with that one? What's wrong with that one?
Speak of the old man.
I don't know, Kaiser. What's up with
Texas
you?
about
The Kaiser, you fucking beaver breath. I feel attacked.
All right, whatever.
I meant some sort of just like hood ornament, little symbol, whatever it might be.
What ornament?
To break up that emptiness at the very top center. That's all.
No.
Maybe a
Good
little
to
cute
see you,
mascot
Omen.
or something.
Yesterday was a blast, but man, you and Cal, man, just one of these days, man.
He's hanging over the top.
I sincerely apologize, Cold Iron. I meant to call you Uber Stabble Feld Wobble. That's what I meant to say. I'm so sorry.
Okay, that's right. You're fine.
An
It's all
explosion
good.
in the background. That would work too. That would work
Yeah.
too. Or
Yeah,
an
okay.
explosion.
Thank you. I
He's
wasn't
not
looking
selling
for-
used
okay.
cars.
Can you all realize when someone shows you something, they're not asking for art direction. They're asking if it works or not. That's the question. Yes, no, not. You
Yeah,
don't
I
make it
can't
better
do
if you
that.
redid it completely the way I want it to be. That's not how it works, guys.
Can't do that, man. I have opinions. They have to come out.
Yeah, but
Otherwise, I'll
but there's a
forget them.
difference between saying, "Hey, what would make this better?"
Validation.
versus there's a difference between saying what would make this better versus does this work. They are two different questions, Joe.
It works, but it needs more fascist eagles. There.
I understand. I appreciate that.
Okay. How about a compromise?
Thank you
Roman
Uber Snoop
eagles.
Nums.
What about Roman
Voila.
eagles? Those are classic.
Oh, Miss Elizabeth AI with eagle titty tassels.
Boom. Love
there
it.
is.
Done.
You fucking solved the mystery. I was something wasn't working, but then I thought, you know what? He's right.
So basically, a gold harpy is that what you're saying?
You know that might be cool.
Fawn Junker. We're no one's taking any crap from you, Fawn and Junker. You just stop your nonsense. Uber Feldrebel has spoken.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Bum, 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 bum.
What I'm gonna fuck the grill.
Hello.
Put down the quote so we can see who that was. Every time you leave a quote up, it blocks
Good morning,
the
good
names.
sir.
I don't know who the fuck they are.
I'm getting to it. I got it one thing at a time. Where the fuck?
God, you literally stream like old
Okay.
people drive. I swear to fuck. The
Damn,
blinkers on for 20 miles.
Damn,
It's
dude.
insane.
What happened, Owen?
You're
Let's
full of
figure it
beans
out.
today. Wow.
Wow,
Looks like
there's
that's
been calm and
kind
quiet
of
for a
offended.
while, and then y'all trying to put Nazi imagery in my graphic. Fuck all y'all. At least Bubba's was best. I think Miss Elizabeth with eagle titties was like, now that's interesting.
It sounded good to me.
I was looking out of Frankfurt. I'll go
Welcome
down
to the
to
show,
the
Owen. Good morning. Hope your
Morning.
internet
Well,
is
actually,
better
it's
than
afternoon for me. I had to burn some leaves, so I decided to come home early.
Come on.
burn some leaves. That sounds like a euphemism for something we used to do
No,
back
leave,
in the 60s.
leave.
and
I'm only
70s.
allowed to get 24 hours of credit time, and I was like 23 and a half, so I had to burn some off.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So good game
That's-
yesterday. I feel sorry for off grid. Once again, my party decided to split. Mind you, there's only 4 players. They decided to split in 4 separate directions. Again, I love it. It's just hard to do in a 3-4 hour session, and inevitably one guy who decided to just take the slow boat in this direction. Well, nothing's happening while everybody else is in combat. You know. He's a good sport, though.
You had to re-roll on Sunday. I got whacked. Freaking giant rattlesnakes.
Oh, that was in real life?
Game.
I don't know. We were trying to start up the OSC game for Friday, so. But I want to know what everyone is first before I pick my character class.
What group?
That was with Mark, for the.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm probably going to decline that particular uh, game.
No, I kind of figured, but when he said, "Well, Shadow," I'm like, "Well, that's odd." It's not his
Yeah, I
thing.
don't know where he clearly doesn't listen to my ramblings about being burnt on traditional fantasy. I need a break. I've only done whatever it is you're planning. I guarantee I've done it, and I don't want to be that guy. Uh, and everybody else have your fun. I'm gonna go do some other stuff. There's some people I wanted to hang out with for years, and Max and
Sure.
Janet, and I don't know, maybe my family. Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Well,
But
they're
still,
abandoning you as it is,
Overrated.
even when you want to spend time with them. They're just like, "Screw you, old man."
Yeah.
Well, the question is like, is your son going to be driving today?
oh no, he's not going to be driving for 6 months at least.
Really? I thought that he had a driver's license.
Oh no, he doesn't even have his learner's permit. They don't have driver's ed out here.
Okay, I know that I can do it online for my son, but right now all he wants to do is drive a tractor. He doesn't want to drive on like roads. So his mom was sending us pictures of him trying to move hay bales. So. Which I admit that's
cool.
more fun.
It does sound like fun and safer, No, he's been so busy with the graduation ceremonies and writing and doing these other things that he just when he gets home from school he's got like literally like 4 hours before he's going to bed. And he's got to do homework, shower, dinner, and somehow manage to do anything else he wants to do before he usually crashes out 9-10 o'clock and he gets home at about 5. So he doesn't really have a lot of time to go jump in the car with mom and drive around the parking lots and in our neighborhood and stuff like that.
Well, he
But summer
graduates in a month, doesn't he?
What?
He graduates in a month, doesn't he?
Yep. Actually, this month, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay, so during May. Okay, I thought it was in June.
No, it used to be in June. When I was going to school, it was like August.
No, it wasn't. Stop your nonsense.
It was
no
right-
one
it was
ever
right after-
graduated in August.
No, it was right after Father's Day.
Bullshiza.
Well, wait a minute.
I
That's
corrected
summer school
myself.
if you're
Relax.
graduating in August. He took.
Well, yeah, no,
summer
he probably
school
did wind up going to summer school a lot because he is Shadow, right? So that
No, I went to summer school one time, but no, it was right after Father's Day, and then we would start
that'll
back
be
up.
June. That'll be June.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like most of us, that's what it was. We all graduated in June. But remember when we didn't start back to school at the end of the year? We'd have summer off. We didn't go back till the first Monday after, or the day after Labor Day.
No, I
That's
do
when
not.
That's when I was a kid. That's when it started. School started after Labor Day. Now they start in like the end of August. It's crazy.
Yeah, for me it was always mid of August, but we would always finish up by basically Memorial Day.
It's the other weird thing I noticed, and I totally don't believe in like global warming or whatever. I know there's climate change, but it's a cycle or whatever. We can't possibly understand it. But living here in California,
Of life.
I remember
Sorry.
going back to school every like Bear said, it would be September, and you knew it was back to school season because it would rain every fucking day for like a month in September. Just nonstop miserable walking or riding your bike to school in the damn rain. And once I hit college, it just stopped doing that. And I lived in the same area for a good portion of the time to be able to recall all of that, and it just stopped. And I don't know what happened. It was a regular thing.
I do. That's when God decided not to flood the earth anymore. For your 40 days and nights.
No. This was in the 70s and 80s of
I know what
last
happened.
century.
Okay.
I know what happened. Nothing lasts forever in the cold November rain. So God loved that song so much he just moved. That's how it works. God's a big GNR fan.
Well, I miss it. It's so much so that anytime now, if I have trouble falling asleep, I've got a couple of YouTube channels that I watch little Asian girls setting up their campsite in the rain.
Yo,
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 whoa,
So thirsty,
yo.
so thirsty.
whoa.
I'm
Well,
falling
now we know
asleep,
why.
dude.
Now we know why he can't live in Nevada. He'll be haunting campsites.
It's fucking hysterical because
Whoa.
they act like like they're all alone doing this, and there's like
Yeah,
8
okay,
camera guys.
whoa.
You
Wait,
know
wait,
what I
wait, a minute,
mean?
wait a minute.
It's
Shadow
fucking
was the original
hysterical.
skunk ape.
Oh
No.
Yo,
God.
God almighty.
We cannot go camping this weekend in the Nevada wilderness. Why? There have been sightings of El Fantamo Blanco.
Serial masturbator.
He hides behind a scrub brush and makes this a noise.
I will say this
Yeah,
much is usually we get the rain in March and April, but this year everything's been moved back by about a month. So every time I go out in the field, it's been raining. Yeah, great. Which has kept the temperatures down, but man, it's been, but we had a drought during the winter. Usually, whenever we have rain.
Well, here in the desert, Grandma, summer starts like a minute after spring, and then lasts for 6 fucking months.
You know what? I'm good joking because I only mentioned SpaceX, and actually, I live pretty close to that testing facility, and I think it's kind of cool. Um, I've been out there, and you hear the engines roar, but it's like okay, it only goes for like a minute or two. It's not as bad, but then again, I used to go up around helicopters all the time, and they were the big ones, like MH-53s that would shake the whole house. So, you know.
Living like 10 minutes from Skunk Works, we get all kinds of crazy flyovers. Um,
I
it-
miss when they used to have sonic booms. When I was growing up as a kid, we had sonic booms
Right?
all the time.
Seriously, fucking James was right. This is the cats in the cradle fucking episode, isn't it? It's just like I'm old and life was better when I was young, but now I'm old. I miss rain in September and I miss thunderstorms. Oh my god, I miss my hips. Okay, fuck it. There we are.
Hey! You
Christ.
just admitted that life was better when you were younger. Actually, I like my life now.
It was better when we were younger because we were too stupid to know the difference. That's why we didn't understand the world.
I agree with you, Barry. Ignorance actually makes
No,
people happy.
I am very, very blessed and fortunate to be able to do what I do on such a regular basis versus, things we had to do back in the day. But there are a whole lot of things. I still see, youngsters uh, trying to get away with the shit we did between the music they listen to, the activities, etc. But it's probably not easy for them to get away with it.
Well,
But
that's
God bless them, they keep
because
trying.
we learned all their tricks. Like my son's like, "How do you know what I'm going to do before I do it?" I'm like, I can see the expression of your face. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're doing." But no, I'm laughing because down later they must live a lot closer because I live about 5 miles away, and it's not bad at all where I live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all I hear is a low roar, and then we see some smoke off in the distance. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we get a lot of cargo planes and the. Hey, Janet, we were just talking about you. Nothing good, of course. No, we were just mentioning you're one of the only ladies to grace our presence because we're apparently terrifying or something. She's at the gym. Awesome. We get all kinds of weird airplanes just doing circles around Skunkworks. And I guess there's another little mini airport nearby. And when Jackie was young and we'd be, going to school together, we'd get a big kick out of all the different, cool shit we would see. And just yesterday we had a freaking helicopter. I swear to God, I could have thrown a rock at it it was fucking hauling ass over my house. And if I would have, just
We've had a lot of low flying helicopters around here lately. A lot, especially at night.
Well, MH-53s, they would fly really low because those are ones that go rescue pilots.
hello, ma'am.
Yeah, you've had a lot of those, Bubba, because ever since you wrote that sternly worded letter to your local government, there's been a lot more helicopters flying
I can't
around.
go way down.
Actually, we had a few of them where we used to. I remember this in the '80s. They used to. The farmers would always complain because helicopters would fly nap of earth, basically like 40 or 50 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Well, it would scare the chickens, and the chickens would all move to one side of the coop and suffocate. So they used to be like, "Okay, please don't fly over here."
There was reports in Huntington about 100 to 300 feet off the ground. It was really low at night for like a week. There's probably something going on. I mean, they're cracking down on a bunch of shit around here locally. So,
well, a lot of it is just training. To be fair, you have to train low and you have to train at night. So
yeah, but you don't.
But the thing, I don't live that far from a military base, so that's 30 minutes is like 5 or 10 minutes off a base.
All
So.
our reserve centers locally are infantry and medical, so there's not. I mean, I guess it could be medical, but
Well, a lot of it I noticed is a lot of the National Guard has to fly over during the weekends.
it was all during the week.
For us, it's either the local, not the local, but the sheriff's department or something like that, or it's in like the fire department.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
there
a lot of times,
Where we live, it's fire country. Let's just say.
well, especially if they're flying their drones over, they'll do that. So
What the?
I've been really amazed in how far drones have come along. It's pretty cool. Like most things, it depends on how you're using them. But
Yeah, we have a drone that Jackie got for like Christmas a couple of years ago. It looks great. It's got a camera. It's got a remote with the you can watch like what you're flying over.
Yeah.
He never opened it. Never even took it out of the damn box.
So my son, yeah,
Like, let's break this open. Let's do this.
my son.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Well, my son, his
I'm gonna
mother got
take it.
one.
Get
And
yourself
they were in Hungary, and they did that. But yeah, the other kids that were with him hadn't used it, so my son was default is like, here, you do this, you don't have to crash it. It's like, oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna break it open this week and test fly it because it's. I'm sure it's been in the garage sitting in that box for 4 years, 5 years.
Well,
I'm
a
sure
lot of
it's
times
outdated.
what we're using them for is, I've been trying to talk to our sponsors and talking about using them over the dams instead of trying to do what is it? They used to do, some of them would do the crop dusters, but a lot of people are kind of mad about that because it would go left or right. So instead what they would do is, with the drones, you can fly a lot lower without worrying about having someone die. And they can do several acres within just like 10 minutes.
Yeah, our friend, Grim Owen. That's what he does. Not crop dusting, but he one of his side hustles right now is using a drone to do aerial photography for real estate agents, so they can put their house, on the internet, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Hey, Dean, what's happening? Long time no see, man. Yeah, he comes in to say hi to the ladies. I see how you are, sly dog.
Well,
Hey, screw you, old farts. You glory
apparently he's
days.
saying that his mother's Chinese. So that was. Oh, I'm saying for
What?
Chinese. He said his mother invited him over for Chinese.
Okay. No, I don't believe in every conspiracy. I just look at them and I've checked them out. A lot of shit is just more more shit to keep us busy talking about that instead of the stuff they don't want us to talk about.
The man.
The big C word, and it's not cancer. But
Crumpet,
no. So
casserole.
no corruption.
Oh,
So I showed you guys.
Clinton?
I
Was
picked
the
up
big C word Clinton?
no.
oh my God!
What the hell?
I was looking at this RPG Star Ace Bear, and man, I'm gonna have to do some serious work to make it work because it is fucking dated. Holy shit! Oh my god,
Yeah, but
that
those
is
are
the
fun.
what?
But the dated stuff is really fun to play.
Yeah, but like I said, it's usually just like the equipment section that I got to fix, because like they're making a big deal about certain equipment that stopped being a big deal like 30 years ago. You can buy it off the rack at freaking Walmart now, kind of
Cell
kind of stuff.
phones.
Yeah,
I
right.
can get my instant communicator. We call up to the ship with my
Right.
Starlink, and
Yeah. As well as other things, but uh, it's. I hope it's a fun read. I can see where Bear gets some of his mechanic likings, because it's got a similar looking system to, well, obviously Chill, but kind of the face rip system. That that's first impression, first glance, looking through it. Um, Not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm pretty old school when it comes to uh, mechanics to get things done. See if you succeed or fail. Dean says I've been busy in the short version. Is the short version? Long version is they're testing me for Cushing's syndrome on Thursday. Oh wow, dude! I will put in a big guy that everything's out okay for you. Who did we lose? We lose. Looks like we lost Cold Iron. You're welcome to come back. I don't know what happened. Um, I, I don't know what you were doing there, Cold Iron, in private chat, but I still haven't found uh, Internet Blinked. I don't know what system I'm going to use for my space opera. I'm looking for something that gives the players a little more meat than Traveler. What?
What system were you saying was like phaser?
It looks on first
Which
glance
system?
Star Ace.
Yeah, it's that pace setter system.
Right. It looks similar. I only glanced through it, but yeah, it's same as Chill. The that sort of chart design to see if you succeed or fail at a given thing.
Cool.
Okay, gotcha. But I'm looking for something where the players have a little more meat. Because like a good space opera, it's not super lethal. There's still the possibility, but I don't want people being Battlestar Galactica, one hit they're dead, from a
So pick
blast.
up the Star Wars D6. Do everything you want. Works perfectly.
I'll look at it. I've got first and second edition. And
he's
just
supposed to
played
be playing,
No,
Planet
it's not
Eight,
retro.
which
It's
uses
not
the same
retro
system.
enough.
Well,
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
interesting.
not about that.
Is.
No, because Traveler's close. It's close, but it doesn't have any of the luck that players would have in a space opera versus a harder sci-fi game.
get Traveler Companion. They have luck in there.
Yeah,
I mean, the Traveler Companion adds
got it on
4 or
PDF.
5
I'll take a
different
look.
stats.
Um,
Well.
without just using some sort of arbitrary, luck tokens or re-rolls, earned through heroic activities.
Right, but I mean, but if I remember correctly, Traveler Companion has luck, morale, wealth. They've got like 6 or 7, maybe 5 or 6 additional stats. One of them is luck. So I mean that. Then if anyone says anything, it's like it's part of the core rules or it's part of the supplemental rule.
And the other thing I was thinking is the sort of death spiral when you do get wounded in Traveler, where your stats start taking drastic hits, and that doesn't really sound space opera. You know what I mean? Your Flash Gordons, your Buck Rogers, they can take hits and keep going until they can't. Not like, oh, they get hit, they're obviously affected drastically from even your first hit in Traveler. One of your 3 stats is going down a lot. But what's that? That's the same noise my laptop makes when the battery's about to die. But I just plugged it in, so it's not that. It must be somebody else's, one of their devices making that noise.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at Star Ace and see how they go through some of the things that I'm looking for. But it's kind of probably going to be a hard sell. It's like, okay, we're playing Star Ace, and nobody has it, and I looked, I couldn't find it on the net. The high seas or anything like that. And trying to think of other sci-fi systems I have that could work, and none of them are quite hitting all the sweet spots. And I'm not touching the actual space opera game. That was not what I'm looking for in 3 hour, 4 hour online sessions. That's just no. That won't work at all. And with any luck, the what was it? What was it called? Staged Heroics, Cold Iron.
Something like that.
That should be arriving any day now. But I'll be using that for something completely different than a space opera.
Well, Modifius is having a sale.
Whoopee shit.
If you hate yourself, Shadow, I'm sure GURPS has systems you can use.
Oh, geez.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
No, and no. There was nothing space opera about everything I saw in GURPS. It was not the rule set for that. There's lots of games you could play. It'd probably be great for the Horse Clans setting that I picked up. That's like the only GURPS book I own, and I only purchased that because there's literally nothing game related tied to that series of books. So I'm guessing none of you have read. It was a really good series.
You ever read what?
The Horse Clans.
No idea what that is.
Yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic story about the people of North America's reverting to sort of a Middle Ages, medieval style feudalistic world where the best of the best have a literal telepathic link to their horses and can then use them to fight and stage
Hey, I think I
battle.
saw that movie. It was called Avatar, right?
No. I don't remember there being any saber-toothed tigers or psychic horses or things like that in Avatar. I only watched the first one though, but
No, they had it where they could, put their little thing on and then they meld with the mind with the animal.
yeah, no, it's not like that at all. Not like that at all. It's like an 18-book series. It's pretty big back in the 80s.
I remember reading Thieves' World back in the 90s. So
Yeah, I'm getting ready to read those again because I only made it through like the first 2.5 books. I got like the first hardcover anthology. It's got like the first 3 books. Modifius having a sale on trash. Good stuff. Everybody want to play 2D20 Dune? What about an RPG based on a video game? Ah, wonderful garbage.
actually, I'll be honest. I like the the one I was looking at was the 5 Parsecs from Home and 5 Leagues from the Borderlands for the solo miniature rules, and I like those.
The only thing I have is their John Carter, which made. I don't know how they did it, but they made it undesirable to want to play on that world. If you could imagine that, they just
The
they
problem
linked it with horses. They're deadlock. What? Deadlock wieners.
I'm out. Later, guys.
Take care, Bubba. I'll see you tomorrow, baby. I'm going to hit the road.
Yeah, I'm
in
going to
about-
bounce as well. I think I'm going to fuck off as well. So
Okay, all right, fine.
see y'all later.
I'll see you later, baby.
You and your buddy Omen can argue about whether Modifius is good or not because I've already made my point. They suck.
well, my whole thing is like most things. It just depends on the game, and I don't like what they have.
Yeah,
now.
no, I just don't like them as a company, and I think the 2D20 system worked well for Conan, and it doesn't work well for any other fucking game, but they keep trying to shoehorn everything into it, and they fucking ruin Star Trek, so they can go fuck themselves.
You know what? I kind of agree with you.
I did not like the Star Trek so much that I gave it away to Bloodworth. He loves it. I want to have high hopes for the Mutant Chronicles system, but I haven't really read it. I just collected a bunch of the books and stacked them up over here somewhere. And one of these days I'll get through it because I think I'm actually missing like the core rule book, but I have all kinds of other books for it. And I know there was a ton of them, and I love me some Mutant Chronicles, but Deadlock.
Well, I thought they were well done.
Dreadlock.
No, I mean, I thought that they were well done as far as that, but I thought the system, you can tell when it was the early part of the system, so they hadn't refined it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, and when Conan came out, I was like, well, this works out really well. And then they
I heard lots of good things about Conan. Then I played it, and I'm like, yeah, not for me. But most IPs, aren't for me. I might love the IP, but playing in the world, you would think that I'd want to play in, the John Carter world, but it's like, no, it just doesn't work.
well, you have to do different times, and I always change the timeline. It's like, guess what? You're never going to meet the main character. You just are.
It's not just about meeting the main character. It's about the main character's plot armor and destiny. And if you're going to take that away, I might as well just make up a world that's as similar as I can get away with. Call it something else and not even worry about all that other stuff. Because there's like for example, the Elric game,
Yeah.
or the Stormbringer, whichever one, they're the same thing as far as I'm concerned. There's a whole lot of crap in that world that I really dug on, and I just imported that kind of stuff into my D&D worlds where I wanted or felt it appropriate, or it would be a neat addition here or there, and that was enough, as opposed to trying to use literally the countries and the towns and the people and all that crap.
Well, a lot of it is, what I want to say is, one is it's easy to get players into a game where they're familiar with the world.
Oh, absolutely.
And so there's that advantage. The other part is, like for Conan, I played with a few of my friends that had never done another RPG, and they picked it up in about 10 minutes, which I can't say is
I'm not
true.
saying it's hard or anything like that. There were mechanics I didn't agree with, and
Well, most of your problem is that you were
like with the
complaining about
Savage
the guy
Swords game I
running
was
it.
running. We had fun with it. I did everything I set out to do and test it, etc. But is it a game I'm gonna, want to play as my number one game? No. I went through it. I did. I learned a bunch of stuff. I learned some new techniques, things like that, and I learned what I do and don't like about that kind of that genre, the sword and
Yeah.
sandals sort of stuff. I can do it. I might do it again, uh, but for now, I'm moving on to other stuff.
No,
We
that's
played that for what, a good 6 months or so.
yeah. I'll be like I said, I didn't like the system that he was using, and for me, the system matters as much as the world. Um,
I really do like the system. It does everything you need to do, and it doesn't waste time. Uh, real simple mechanics that do literally everything you need to do. Mind you, some of the numbers could be tweaked a little more or less in favor of certain things. I definitely don't think the numbers are perfect when it comes to like combat or some of your more difficult challenges. Challenge ratings, what the numbers should be, but that's that could be tweaked depending on how successful you want the players to be or not. Clearly, they dialed it up to very very difficult.
yeah.
Not a problem. Easy to fix. As I showed with Bo, all you need to do is a couple little things here, a couple little things there, and next thing you know, you got better chances to do the thing, whatever
At
that
the
might
end
be.
of, at the end of the day, this is what I've found is if I have to hack the system enough for the work, then I might as well play a different system. And so that's some of what it. But what I did like about Conan was I like the fact that they had mental damage, so you could scare off people or cause them, to
Uh-huh.
cower. And I was like, well, that's cool. I like,
Well, Savage Sword had that.
I don't
Literally,
remember.
half your wit score every time you see or do a thing that's scary. You take a point. When you exceed half your wit score, you make a check.
No, 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 no. I mean, Conan did like damage, like hit point damage, and when you got them to zero, they completely cowered. So you could do like as much damage cowering someone as you did with the sword. That's what I'm referring.
It's a similar mechanic.
It's not though. It's not. I'm just saying, but
Well,
like you're saying, you could do
when you
one
get to
point.
the
No, no.
zero,
I'm saying, but you could do like 5 or 6 points, and you could do it as an area effect, and you could do. I mean, the way that they did it
I
is
don't
they
think
packed it with
real life works that way at all.
I
No,
couldn't disagree with you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. In combat, oh yeah,
I've never seen anything like that where someone could just look at you or yell at you and suddenly you're curled up in a ball. I've never seen that.
oh I have,
Never, never.
I have, I've seen that. But of
Just
course,
from a
you may not have seen it, but I have seen it. I've seen it done to people, and then I've seen it also done the same thing with, especially whenever you look at morale during combat. Absolutely, which people don't use morale enough in combat. That's the problem I have is, so you can do mental damage, and that's basically what you're doing. Is you can cause them to flee before they even attack you, just because.
runaway, yes, but like literally curl up in a ball and just start shaking. Never seen that.
I have.
And I've been shot at, and I've shot at people. Never seen
I,
that happen.
I understand that, but I have. Um, but it just depends on
My
where you
guess,
are.
my guess is though, the people that you might have seen were probably under 30.
Well, yeah, but that's the point of whenever you start having certain things, it's not intended to affect the ones that are older and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's well, it depends. No, actually, I've seen some old women do stuff too.
Some old what?
Women. So it's
Oh,
not just it's not just age. I mean,
yeah,
there
that don't
is,
count. That don't
but
count.
no, I mean, when you start looking at, but I like the combat thing because it's like, hey, you're terrifying enough. I'm going to run away, and I've seen that happen too.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that's my
No,
point
I've run
is,
away. I mean, if you know you can't win, and you stick around, unless it's like a do or die, kind of situation, like at the end of Glory, yeah. But we don't see that. You know what I mean? We don't see those kind of things
and
in the
most
real
people,
world. We're not leading men. Maybe a half a dozen dudes, decide to do something stupid or brave. But even then, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Or everybody's.
Well, I mean, like I said, as I dealt around with the military, so I've seen stuff where they do things, and there's a lot of stuff that just depends on what's going on. But anyway, that's the reason I liked it. Is not everything had to be just getting your sword out. If you cast a magic spell, you could say, okay, I'm going to do mental damage to them, and it's not just they cower. Basically, they flee, they cower, whatever it's coming in there. So I was like, okay, and I prefer that a lot more than just the regular. Hey, we just get a sword. Like, well, you know what? If you're really cool and you're scary, maybe you don't have to kill everybody.
No, they almost die.
Well,
But hey, man,
yeah.
hate to cut you short, but
Sure.
I have something I have to take care of. I will see you later down the road.
All right,
Everybody
see you
out there
later.
who joined us, thanks for hanging out. You're always welcome to come back anytime, Omen. Dino, one of these days, got to get you in. Dean, good luck with your doctors. Grandma, Paul, Janet, who else was here today?
Bear, cold iron skillet.
There, Cold Iron Skillet, Bubba. All you guys are great. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow with my usual shenanigans. But in the meantime, I got to go take care of something that only I can
All
take
right.
care of. Happy
Have a good
trails,
night.
guys.